Lego is obviously one of the greatest gifts you could get, no matter how old you are. I mean, just picking up a present and hearing the bricks shifting around inside gets people excited. I remember growing up and sneaking little shakes of the presents to see what I was working with. Getting Lego for Christmas is especially important because most kids don't have a lot of money, so holidays and their birthday are the only way that they're able to get their hands on the sets that they stare at in the catalogs that Lego sends me every year, tantalizing me. Anyways, that's enough delaying it. Here's my huge Christmas haul. I know, crazy. Now, I will admit, I didn't get all of these as gifts. I bought some of them for myself because A, I'm going to use it for an epic video coming out soon. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it. And B, I just really wanted them, especially since they were about to retire and I didn't want the same thing to happen to me as what happened with the Samurai X Cave Chaos. I still have nightmares about that. Some of this stuff I can build now, and I'm really excited to see what the built versions of these look like because they're absolutely insane. First set that I want to build today is actually not Ninjago, it's Santa. This isn't just any normal Santa though. This is a ginormous 761 piece buildable figure that you can add to your upscaled racing driver, upscaled generic minifigure, and giant Harry Potter and Hermione figures. I thought the set was crazy because it was only $60. Because when I first saw the leaks for Santa, I had convinced myself it was going to be over $100, and then was shocked when a week later the information came out that it would only be 60. All right, here we go. Let's open this thing up and build it. Oh my god. I hate these cardboard tabs with a passion. You don't get the satisfying cut from the tape, it just ruins the box and makes it really frustrating to flatten if you store your boxes like that. I'm trying to move to flattening my boxes because I have no more space to store cardboard anymore. This is the first time I've ever gotten paper tags, which is honestly a switch that I'm behind. The paper looks great and sounds amazing getting ripped open, and I guess it's better for the environment or something. The set is all built now, and this thing is honestly better than I could have ever asked for. The arms are posable, so you can now make him wave or whatever you want. If you remove these cheese slopes from the hand, you expose some studs that you can actually use to make him hold things. You can also move the legs and make him sit down or even run. The face is fully printed on a tile, and LEGO just leaked that Santa does in fact have a mouth. Finally, the hat. I just absolutely love the way that LEGO made this hat, with the tassel going off to the side instead of just straight back, and its best feature, the hat slants downwards the closer it gets to the back. Overall, I don't think there is much LEGO could have done to make this set better. It matches the normal sized minifigures so well. My parents got this set for me while we were in New York for New Year's. Go check out my short where I show everything LEGO related in New York for more of that. This is a New York postcard. Oh wait, let me build it real quick. This is the New York postcard. It's a really cool mini build of New York that has the Empire State Building, One World Trade Center, the Statue of Liberty, and the Brooklyn Bridge. They actually included a small little three-piece taxi because they're everywhere in Manhattan, and a ferry, and they use these little cloud base plates that were originally made for the Lego Movie 2 minifigure series. Now, I know this is just another remake of the Destiny's Bounty, but the Race Against Time just feels like it has something different about it. It was obviously made to look similar to the final flight of Destiny's Bounty that came out back in 2015 with the narrow bridge, upward facing sails, and even having a dragon side build. Before I review this set any further, I should probably build it though. Yeah, so it's midnight before the video is supposed to release, and I still don't have this set done, so I guess I'll be reviewing it half complete. I love how consistent LEGO is with always adding housing quarters under the rear end. And I think every iteration of the Destiny's Bounty that I have has this, including the land and Hydro Bounty. Now back to the Dragon side build. Honestly, this is so much bigger than I was expecting it to be, and it just looks awesome. It's definitely side build worthy. But that's not where the surprises with this dragon end, because if you do notice, there is an open area in the front head of the head. And yes, you guessed it, the dragon is able to be slid in there and acts as the ship's figurehead, because the Destiny's Bounty has had a pretty good track record of having a dragon figurehead, or two. The set includes 6 great figures and a baby Ryu, but interestingly enough, none of the figures in this $160 set are exclusive. But that's fine, because honestly, the Season 1 Dragons Rising figures were great. I find it kind of interesting that they chose to make the cabin a little light blue with yellow combo, but I guess that does help make the set more unique from the 20 billion other remakes that they've made. The sails for this ship are some of my favorite sails Lego's ever made. And I think it's less about the design of the sail, even though it just looks really, really good, and more about the material that they used. It seems like an icy matte sheet that just looks really sleek. Now, although I really like the sails for this one set, I think it would look better if they keep the material to like one or two more times because I think it would look really weird on other ships. But this ship specifically, it works really well. The final set is, in my opinion, the best dragon Lego has ever made. And yes, it's the Guardian Dragon. I feel like this thing is such an aura about it. Maybe it's just the humongous wings or the way that the designers decided to pose it that just makes it so sick. I really can't wait to build this one, so let's pop my knife open and cut the seals. That's interesting. The set does also have plastic bags, even though it was bought around the same time as Santa. It does have a thick paper manual cover though, so that's pretty nice. I took a picture after each bag was done, so here's what it looks like step by step. I find it weird how you don't finish the base until the dragon's done. This little archway that Wu is walking through is actually built in the last pack. Lego did something really cool with the wings of this set, and I was really worried that it would be folded up in the little sleeve that they came in because one of my friends got me this pirate ship a few months ago, and I haven't been able to finish it yet because the sails got folded in the box. I've been using books to flatten them, but it's not really getting them all the way flat, so I think I might just use a clothing iron because I've seen it work on Lego capes, so I hope it works for the sails. But back to the dragon. LEGO did something really cool with these wings and finally changed the material they used so it doesn't get stuck bent when it's folded and it feels like really high quality fabric. These horns on top of the dragon are just a few pieces, but they really add to making the dragon so menacing. The way that the joints are made make it really hard to pose it, but I'm sure with a few cheap pieces you could definitely disconnect the dragon from the base and display it like the rest of the dragons. But why would you want to do that? I mean, this thing looks so sick that even the other dragons are copying it. I mean, look at this little dude. The designers did something really cool with the tail, where instead of just leaving it hanging like your friends will when you try to high five them, they built a horizontal tree stump to try to support the tail. Now I know there are sets that I showed in the initial picture that I didn't build or review in this video, but that's because I'm actually saving them for a video that's hopefully coming out soon in the future. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe. I really enjoyed doing this, so 5,000 likes and I think I'll do it again next Christmas. I'm also really curious what you guys got for Christmas, so make sure to go comment that below because I read every comment.